and I was kind of giving in again, making excuses. Like Finbar said, we were all great for them. So I decided for once and for all to take responsibility for myself. I decided the only way to do this was to educate myself, and I started a diploma in health, fitness and nutrition in 2009, and I qualified with a distinction in 2010. I didn't know enough. I'll never know enough. So I wanted to continue on and go more specific in the weight management side of it, because that's what interested me the most. I started a weight management consultancy diploma in 2010 and graduated in 2011. 2 months later, we were blessed with the arrival of number 3. He's down there somewhere, you'll probably hear him better than me. And he came early. He decided he wasn't going to miss Santi, so we arrived home on Christmas Eve. And the first trip for me was to the bathroom scales. And I was delighted to see that after coming home after Gavin, I was 1.5 stone lighter than what I was coming home after Connor. So obviously the knowledge was making an impact. I have not stopped learning. The whole area fascinates me. I did goal setting in the last 6 months, and I pay keen attention to how the whole area of the mind affects weight loss. I try to travel back to where comfort eating comes from. And like you said, when they fall, they don't ever get a sweet. They love falling in the neighbours' houses. I believe that stresses and strains of everyday life dealt with in the wrong way or not dealt with at all have a huge role to play in obesity. We as a nation eat too much of the wrong foods, and we don't get enough exercise. We should all take a look at the way our grandparents lived. They ate the right foods in the right amounts at the right times of the day. They rested well, and they lived simple. It's a shame that we are gone so far in the other direction as a generation when everything else in life is progressing. From my own personal experience, my experience with groups, and my experience with one-to-one individual weight loss, I have seen that weight loss is a huge individual thing. Everybody has a different reason for being overweight. We have different likes, we have different dislikes. So this is why I decided to put together a comprehensive weight loss program that incorporates every aspect of well-being, not just food. Food has its part to play, obviously, in weight loss and weight gain and management. However, it's not the whole story. I feel that we're losing people every year in this country and others from completely needlessly from obesity. We all know people that suffer from other diseases that unfortunately they have no control over. However, weight loss is not one of them. It's down to you. I'm very passionate about this, and I'm very passionate about the next generation being saved of this epidemic. I want to share my knowledge with anyone that feels they'll benefit from it. And it really lifts me every week when a person stands in the scales and they're down another pound. Just another pound, I hear it every week. And I keep a pound of fat in the freezer and I put it up in front of them, and by God, they don't go out the door saying it's only another pound. I want to finish up tonight, because I could go on for the night about it. I want to finish up by thanking a few people. Obviously, Finbar Carney. He introduced me there. I want to thank Orla Kingston, who's going to say a few words in a minute. She found out there about a half an hour ago. Helen Houghton from For Goodness Sake, our fantastic health shop inside in town. Declan Hurley, who's ready with the scissors to cut the tape. Right, where do I begin? Andrew Healy, you're the next man. He's going to very bravely in a minute demonstrate the body composition analyzer. All these people have supported me in getting tonight ready, but it did not start there. They have just been absolutely amazing. I have a newfound respect for the business people of this town, the way they pull together when you're trying to get something together. I want to thank Finbar again, and Una Croke O'Donoghue of Belladonna, and Siobhan Cotter, our beauty therapist, for travelling to my group in Bantry to give their individual expertise and making some of the nights we had down there great fun. I want to thank Mr. Brian Collins, who's keeping his head down here. He got very short notice, but he was still able to come in and bring the night off for me. I want to say thanks to the Parkway Hotel. Pat Howard was running around here after us today, and Patrick O'Mahony. I want to thank my aunt and cousin who gave the whole day running around after me for the decor of the room. Mary and Pat, who had their parts to play in bursting balloons there and stuff. And Liz, you've seen Liz at the door. You all got some lovely punch coming in the door. She's our local chef that made this absolutely amazing alcohol-free and sugar-free punch for everybody. So take a look at my website next week if you look at it, because the recipe will go up as soon as I get time. I'm nearly there, sorry. This has to be done. I can't not thank people. I want to thank my family, my mother and father, brother and sister. I'd say my parents probably thought there at times they were rearing a second family, but you can keep it up. You're doing a fantastic job of it. I want to thank my friends and my extended family, because only for the support that I've got in this long journey, it would probably have ended back at my first assignment. One person can only do so much, but with friends and family around you like I have, you could take on the world. There's a saying around here, well, I was the best at saying it myself up to recently, that behind every good man there's a good woman. But I think that was reversed in our household there for the last few years.
Brownie points.
So there's stuff from the health shop, fantastic selection of stuff here that you can all dive into in a minute. And Orla has bought some stuff from Brook Park Therapies to show the other side, the de-stressing side of weight loss. Andrew Healy has very kindly said that anybody that wants a carrot going home for Rudolph can take one. And that was all put together today, fresh out of the ground by our local man Peter Ross. So thanks very much to Peter. Okay, will I sing a song or will I finish up?
No.
I better give it back. I'm getting very fond of it all of a sudden. It's something I started with an hour ago. So lads, I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight and making this a success for me. And I'll hand you back now to Mr. Ryan Collins.